Check it out, people. It's Fresh Mark Sense with another fresh review, aka Zest for Life. Today I'll be reviewing 6 scents that I really love that are unusually fresh for summer. So these are fragrances that would use scents that aren't usually used in men's fragrances. However, they're done in a very nice way and remind you of a specific cleansiness and refreshing nature that is memorable and a little bit different and make you stand out if you really want that, or just if you want something personal and a little bit different, maybe like a signature fragrance. Maybe these fragrances will be for you. So here it is, 6 refreshingly different fragrances for summer. The first one I want to mention is Prada Iris Desitra. Yes, this reminds me of, it has iris, woods of cedar, neroli, incense, and benzoin. What this creates is a clean cotton t-shirt vibe. Not t-shirt, but a clean iron and pressed shirt. It does this because it introduces the heat of benzoin in a very light and soft, warm way, almost like amber, with the neroli. The neroli is creating something very soft and soapy, similar to Prada Amber Pour Homme. However, where this differs is has a tart lemon note and almost like a bakery sort of baked pastry base note with the tart lemon. So it smells almost like a little bit like a lemon tart and like a freshly cleaned and pressed white shirt. So very formal. Yeah, it has a tart lemon, effervescent and powdery sweetness about it. Definitely great in summer, and has a very casual vibe. You can wear this casually in the summertime for a picnic or going out. But I think in formal occasions it would really leave you refreshingly clean because of that clean white cotton shirt vibe, and it would be, I think it's more memorable in close encounters. So definitely check it out. Don't be shy wearing it at night time to give you a fresh, clean look. And for summer, it's a very soft and inviting scent. The next one is Mancera Wild Python. Now, this has a very refreshing limey bergamot, and it also has the note of osmanthus. Osmanthus is a flower with an almost peachy vibe. So it has white peach, it has osmanthus, it has green notes of vetiver and orange blossom to keep it very white floral with the jasmine. Some people say this is slightly feminine, but I think the green notes and the sour fruity nature of it is actually quite unisex, and it has a sort of like happy, almost like jungle vibe. It has a warm, sour and bright bergamot, which almost has it's like you're viewing the jungle through rose tinted lens, like you're in some kind of Disney movie or something like Lion King. It's because it's sour, fresh, and it's a bit fruity, so it shows the bright colors of the jungle, and not really sort of the dark leaves and the undergrowth that could possibly bite you. So it's almost like almost like a bright look at the jungle, so like a happy sort of cartoony sort of jungle vibe. Very tropical, very green, not so dense, but refreshingly sweet and effervescent orange blossom and bergamot combination in Mancera Wild Python. Now, something for the evening or the daytime if you want something slightly more aromatic, and this is using another note that is really Bulgarian rose is not actually used to its fullest extent, in the way that the fragrances aren't really built around it with men's fragrances. However, this uses Bulgarian rose, an otherwise feminine note, in a very masculine way with the addition of cardamom and a very nice creamy sandalwood in the base. So Guerlain For Him EDP. Yes, this opens with black pepper, cardamom, and the Bulgarian Rose. Bulgarian Rose is a very soft pink floral, which is powdery, and this blends well with the sandalwood. So definitely check this out if you want something sweet green, and then it goes into a powdery, creamy, slightly pink floral, but nonetheless it's a masculine scent when the after scent of it, so it opens up quite powdery, effervescent, sweet and green, and then it tones down with the black pepper and cardamom and vetiver being more prominent. So this reminds me of a fresh walk in summertime in the greenlands of Richmond Park or wherever. I really need to get out but like a nice walk in the English countryside, because it's got that fresh rose, which is very English but very subtle and smooth and classy. The vetiver is fresh, does remind me of fresh grass, albeit very tall and slightly wild. And the suede, yes, this mixes suede, cardamom and black pepper, really refines and rounds off this perfume as an aromatic, masculine and classy floral scent. Definitely check out Barbour For Him EDP. That came out in 2020, I believe. Now let's get into something a little bit more unusual, going back to the note of tart lemon with Eau de Citron Noir by Hermes. So this opens up with, this has three notes. One of the three notes, it has a black tea, black lime, so black tea in the middle, black lime in the top, which is supposed to be a like Arabic tea if they mix lime with spices, and then there is just a musk note in the base. So this is sorry, not musk, but incense. It just says smoke actually, so it's quite nondescript with only three notes. But what I get from it is a tart sour lemon, almost like it's mixed with so it's juicy, zesty, sour, like it's mixed with grapefruit, limey bergamot. They say it's black lime, but it definitely feels like it's got some lemon and grapefruit, because it's like a whole rounded flavor. You get the juiciness from it, and the black tea offers that contrast whereby all the fruits can be layered on top, and you can sense the juxtaposition of it, from fruity to the more rounded, almost mate like. Actually no, not mate, let me get this. Is it more black tea or is it more green mate? It does have a slightly herbal and patchouli finish to it in the base, with a sweet woody note mixed with this incensey smoke note. It's not a resinous smoke note, it's just dark smoke in cool blue water with the bright tart citruses. So it's really a fantastic juxtaposition, and when you smell this on a person, it's almost like you smell the fruitiness in blasts, because the black tea stops it from becoming too overly fruity and almost syrupy. It's fantastically fresh. Definitely check this in stores for Unusually Fresh Perfume. Next one is going even more sour, the most sour of all of them, Dior Eau Savage Parfume. So Dior Eau Savage is the old school line of Sauvage. I really enjoy this because this mixes sour bergamot with vetiver and myrrh. So it's the most sour out of all of these. It has a little bit of lavender as well. So I was talking about lavender fragrances that I can bear, and this mixes softness of lavender. So it opens with a sour bergamot, the lavender softens it, vetiver makes it herbaceous, and then the resinous nature of myrrh, resinous nature of myrrh almost brings out the woody nature and the sweet cloudy nature of elmi. So we get from something resinous, and before it becomes almost glucose, like sweetness, like a almost because before it becomes too sweet, it's almost made more green by this vetiver. So it's a very interesting combination of sour green bergamot. It has a slight pause of this resinous myrrh, and the lavender creates a sort of powdery sillage where you can really feel the difference of the top notes. So the top notes and the bottom notes are sort of like green notes that bookend each other. They're quite similar, but I like the pause that lavender and myrrh creates. Resinous, powdery, sweet, and that works well in the contrast between the sour bergamot and the sweet lavender. Definitely check this out. This is slightly for it's more of a mature formal scent, definitely formal wear only. Smart casual, I think it's a bit much, but you could get away with it. Definitely not a casual fragrance. And the final one for holiday vibes, Tom Ford Mandarino EDP Aqua. This is a fantastically fresh fragrance that reminds me of a Greek island. Oof, I'm spraying too much on this side and I just got a bit of fragrance burn. So this is a nice light fragrance. It's lemony fresh. Ooh, let me just spray this in a place that I haven't sprayed. It's pretty hard actually now. Yes. So you get the lemon oil in the middle. It comes as sharp citric, and that goes together nicely with the lemon on top. There's a tiny bit of grapefruit. The tarragon keeps it slightly sweet and green, opening into more aquatic sea mineral notes in the mid. I can smell the clary sage, definitely a more herbaceous green clary sage. It's moving in that direction because of the rosemary that's also in here. There is a clay note and a civet note. So clay note gives almost a grounded, dry dust note. So when you put the shrubbery of tarragon on top, you get the idea of almost like a close to the shoreline town, like by the seaside, like almost you can jump into the sea. So the warm aquatic bergamot, it's not a sour bergamot, it's not a juicy bergamot, it just opens up to the sweet aquatic, warm aquatic notes, which are made more warm and fresh with the lemon and lemon oil, and more musky and aquatic and long lasting with the civet, which is a touch of leather and amber note in the base. So this is sweet, holiday fresh, reminds you of earth green shrubbery, and generally diving into a fresh pool of warm aquatic holiday waters. So fantastic holiday vibes. Mandarino EDP Aqua by Tom Ford, fantastic, and it is the last out of my unusually fresh fragrances. I'm just going to spray this again because I love this. Yes, sweet, herbaceous. There is some orange blossom in here, just a tiny bit. There is about 15 notes in here. This has almost got as many notes as Tom Ford Black Orchid Eau de Parfum. So you can check that out in Fragrantica. It's a great resource. If you haven't already, consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel. If you enjoy these videos, whatever you do, stay free and stay fresh.